Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm punching buttons.
That's normal.
Yeah.
I've just realised I actually don't know what day it is. Oh, Thursday.
You didn't know yesterday either.
I've been trying to work it out before we actually go live, and I forgot this morning. But yes, it is Thursday.
Edit privacy. I'm trying to do it now. Okay. Right, that's now public, so you can hit share, and
we'll start to say good morning to people if you put the comments.
Oh yeah, on the comments we can see who's here. Drop a comment if you're. Hello, Jason and Gordon and Tony. Morning.
Hi, Gordon. Thank you for all your hard work for Sofathon Sing Along again at the weekend. Amazing event once again. And hi, Tony, who is doing hard work and consistently all the time as our Save Our Venues coordinator. So I'm really loving, if anybody wants to cheer up, go and look at Music Venue Trust's Instagram story every day and just look at all the many ways in which artists and organisations are responding to the Save Our Venues campaign by coming up with all sorts of brilliant ways of raising money. There's some truly superb.
It's great. There's a lot of stuff you can get involved in as well.
There's lots of little campaigns sort of running within the main campaign.
And there's a quiz night, a national quiz night that Mark Stack's running next week, I think, next Wednesday. You can have a team on that.
No, there's quite a few of those, but it's really nice to see that people have taken the original concept and then, of course, being creative, because that's what unites everyone in the sector is the creativity.
Yeah. Morning, Sam. Morning, Danny. Hey, morning, Danny. Listen, Danny from the Fiddler's Elbow in Camden, I might need you to pop round to our flat, which is just round the corner, and move our stuff out because we can't live there anymore. So stay in touch, Danny. We got a bunch of clothes and stuff there that we haven't seen for 3 months.
Yeah, we left on the 9th of March and we're never going back.
So
hey ho.
Oh, and evening, Julian, over there in Japan.
Right.
Morning, Chris. Morning,
okay,
Lydia.
We've wibbled enough. We need to invite our guests to join us because, of course, that's why people really tune in.
Yes, and I should say that this guest has been specifically invited by me. Actually, it's been specifically invited by me because it's a person that I particularly like. A lot of stuff that they do, but there's one particular song, and I made it a condition that they might play that song.
Well, I think at that point we have to introduce our guest. So everybody say good morning to
drum roll, please.
Matt Falloon.
Morning, Matt.
Morning.
Hi, Matt. How you doing?
Very well, thank you. You guys?
Yeah. Same shit, different day as usual. Well, we think it's a different day. Maybe this could be some sort of mind experiment.
No, we've been one of our daughters is still going with the idea this is also some sort of weird simulation, and sooner or later we're going to get the reset, which I think is probably quite a popular concept because this is quite a shitty simulation, really, and
Yeah, it's not as fun as like the Truman Show or something like that.
Yeah, though, couldn't it? So, Matt, how are you? How are you doing?
Really well, actually. I'm kind of, I guess, like everyone else, been up and down through the lockdown period. But actually, I work a lot, do a lot of freelance work, and work on my own a lot. So it's not really been too bad the lockdown. But like I always say to people, I'm just looking forward to being able to touch someone again.
It's going to be hell the day they lift that restriction around you, isn't it? That's it. Everybody.
No, that was like Michelle yesterday. We had Michelle Stoddart on, and she said it while we were chatting that she's quite a hugger anyway. Yeah. And she went, everyone's going to have to really watch out because once she's allowed to hug more than just her daughter, she'll be there.
Maybe there'll be a limit on the numbers you can hug every day.
Can you have a hug counter?
No, that sounds terrible. I want to hug everyone.
So people they'll know you from your solo stuff, your recent albums. But I first sort of got to know your music around when you had the band Smoke Feathers.
Yeah.
Which is that sort of ended, or is it on a hiatus, or?
It's we haven't played like live for a long time, and we sort of split the band up because I went to work and I was working in Europe, and we kind of it come to sort of a natural time to sort of slow it down. But we've actually just been back in the studio this year, just before lockdown, to do a new album. Yeah, so that's when we're allowed to go back up to the studio. It's a lovely place called Vale Studios in Worcestershire where we recorded the first record. We're hoping to go back up there once we're allowed to finish it off. But yeah, we just managed to squeeze it in, like literally days before they shut everything down, which was really great. We had a lovely time doing it.
And all the songs are all written, are they? They're all.
It's all done, yeah. I mean, we recorded it pretty much live as a band, which we hadn't done a lot of before. That was fun. And yeah, it's all there. Just I think there's just a few bits that need adding and a couple of vocals need redoing. So yeah, hopefully that'll be finished in the summer if we can get back up there.
Okay. So I'm just going to ask you, Matt, because I know of at least one band who are actually in lockdown in a residential studio. And I'm going to ask, is it better to have got out of there just before lockdown or be locked down with your bandmates?
Wow. I don't know. I would feel sorry for the people that run the studio more than I mean, we're good friends with, they're called Chris and Moira. We're good friends with them, and we've kind of seen their kids grow up and everything. But I think we'd be pushing their limits to have us up there for 7 weeks. And yeah, I don't know how we get on. We really enjoy being together for the week. I don't know what it would be like for 7 weeks, but it's a lovely place. So lots of room. But yeah, we're kind of I to be honest, it would just been. I think we'd like it. You could carry on making music, couldn't you? And maybe there'd be another couple of records get made in that time. But also just to be able to be around your friends. I have got some mates who've somehow managed to be in lockdown together, and I can see they're having a better time than me.
Well, we actually got a comment coming from Scrub Sheridan, who says, I was in the studio with Matt just before lockdown. Would do anything to be back there with him.
That's Cyrus, our keyboard player. Yeah, it's yeah. Well, thanks, mate.
I think it is, obviously, if it's alone or in lockdown with your band, I think then obviously lockdown with band seems better. But I can imagine there's some artistic temperament pressures about being a band, being together all that time, because obviously that's like being on tour, isn't it? And tempers do fray a bit.
I think we've been really lucky. I mean, I think maybe when we were a bit younger, there was more of that, but these days, we're all a bit more calmer and
a bit more relaxed.
Don't really have any of that anymore. No, it's just like fairly relaxed and. I think, and also we're all kind of doing different things. So Stu, our bass player, has been playing with Dodgy. Cyrus has an electronica producer. So like everyone's kind of, I guess, got other things going on. So there's less pressure around what we do as a band, and that also makes it more enjoyable. And I think that's probably made it. Also, the recording process was really easy for us and relaxed. So it helps when it's, I guess, not your main thing you're doing, and you can just appreciate being together again. I think we all did that because we hadn't done any recording for it's like eight years. So it was just. God,
it can't be 8 years since that Smoke Feathers record.
Yeah.
Holy, that's terrifying.
Holy crap! How long have we been in lockdown? I guess that maybe that record feels more recent to me because I do play it so often. I do go back to it so often, and when we were talking, when me and Bev were talking about who we would get on and like who was there was one particular track on that. I think that a lot of the people watching this are venue owners. They're people who they're in bands, etc. And on that record, there's one particular track which I always thought was one of the greatest lyrical summarizations of a lot of people I know in this circuit. So I actually said to Bev, I must have Matt on, but I'm going to ask whether he'll specifically play that track because I know it would resonate with so many people who run venues, so many people who work around venues, and the kind of. What am I trying to say? The kind of way that we get through doing what we're going to do by doing so many other things when we really think we're doing the thing that we really want to do. Yeah. So that was a track. Is that the track you're going to play first, or are you going to do it?
Yeah, why not? That's a very neat segue into it. Yeah, that's a song called DJ on the Weekend, which is on that Smoke Feathers record. And it was always really great fun for us to play live because it's quite a euphoric song. And I've definitely wrote it about. Pursuing what you really love doing in the hours you've got around what you have to do to make money, it's a song that I think is always I've always loved playing because it's always pretty much been my situation. So it's and a lot of musicians I know as well, and trying to make ends meet, and so that you can make records and you can get out when you can to tour or gig, and it's that kind of love of doing it that I know so many venue and promoters and venue owners have. I mean, you know, I sometimes look at venue owners and think, why do you do that? You know, why do you put yourself through this? You know, because it is just that pure labor of love, and it's, you know, without it, people like me wouldn't be able to play anywhere to start with, and to play in those small venues and the community that builds around them. So yeah, it's kind of I guess song I wrote for all those kind of people involved in music.
I think, yeah, I mean, it ties together. I said before, what unites our sector is creativity. Dogged determination is probably the other characteristic. The musicians, the techs, the venue operators, the promoters, it's those characteristics that are quite uniting. So,
yeah.
Well, let's hear this track.
Great.
Say my real job, I'm a DJ on the weekend. See me in a suit and tie, I'd rather be matching. I pull 5 nights when I'm mixing wax. I fly. Say my real job, just waiting to get contract signed. You see, someone like me cannot be tied down to just one thing. We roll, we seek, we hide, we fall. We just keep on pushing for hearts and those who speak silently. Tear down walls, quite honestly. Before you came, sister, I was bitter and torn. Now there's something beautiful in me. This ain't my real job, I'm a DJ on the weekend. You see me in a suit and tie, I'd rather be matching. 4 or 5 nights when I'm mixing wax, I fly. This ain't my real job, I'm just waiting to get a contract signed. They say you're insane, different, babe. They say you're weak, quiet, cause you're fired and you're right. They say you're lost long ago, cause you're always falling, but you fall from heights no man can soar. And I'm bitter, torn, lost, reborn, shattered and crying. Lord, I'll never stop trying. Before you came, sister, I was bitter and torn. Now there's something beautiful in me. She laughed, laughed, laughed. Oh, she laughed, laughed, laughed. From morning to night, so many times I stare out my window, and I work so hard, I'll never stop. Figures flashing in front of my eye. From darkness comes a torch in the night. If you hold out your hand, sister, when you and I made a pledge to abide, it was something so beautiful. It was something so beautiful. Yeah, it was something beautiful in you and me. This ain't our real jobs, we are DJs on the weekend. You see us in smart clothes, we would rather be matching. We pull 5 nights, but when I'm mixing mixing wax, I fly. This ain't our real jobs, no. We are waiting to get away from.
Set me off for him, Matt. Well, comments are flying in, so I'll read those out while I get myself together. All right. Yeah, we've been set off a bit, Matt. Stevie Smith says really lovely. Jeanette Pope says beautiful. Actually, no. We've both been really good, Matt. Thanks. Honestly, mate, thank you so much for playing that. It's just one of those tracks.
Oh, thank you for asking for it.
Shall I not ask for anything quite so emotionally touching? Okay. From now on, only heavy metal people playing dreadful death metal songs. Okay.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
It was absolutely beautiful, Matt. But the comments say that as well. Everybody just saying absolutely emotional. Ace job, mate. Said, Stu Toy says ace job, mate. Missing the bass, obviously.
Now, if people want to hear that in the context with the other things, am I right in thinking that that's on the album on Spotify?
Yeah, that's on Smoke Feathers Liberation record on Spotify and Apple Music and everywhere like that. Yeah, you can get it.
So people who'd like to hear more wonderful songs like that, excuse me, go to Spotify, look for Smoke Feathers, and the album is called
Liberation. And that song is called DJ on the Weekend. And there's obviously a bunch of other songs that we recorded. Yeah, as the band.
There was something about that version, Matt, that's just literally set me off. I'm slightly speechless. Stevie Smith says, "Guys, you need a day off." Yeah, we do. Julian Savage over from Japan, full of applause. I mean, Mike Nuttall says, "Please name the band." That's Smoke Feathers, Mike, and I can recommend the whole album. It's
beautiful.
It's just a beautiful album. We play it in the office all the time, literally all the time. Let's try and change the subject a little bit. So basically, I think, where are you? Because I know your brother quite well as well. He's down in Devon, I think.
Yeah, he's down in Exeter, and I'm actually at the moment back in Kent. I was born in Tunbridge Wells and grew up here, and I've been back here for a few months. So just looking after my mum for a few months, and then she was just just getting better from where she was, and then the lockdown happened. Just after we recorded, I came back, and then the lockdown happened. So we're Mum and me are self-isolating together. It's interesting, but we're getting on well, and I think it's nice for her to have some company as well. And she's over 70, so wouldn't have been able to go out much. So we're trying not to drive each other mad.
And I also say that I've noticed in the background you've got on the wall there. Well, two things in the background. I mean, warning, you're not going to play the mandolin, are you? I mean,
no.
Okay, thank God.
Well, you didn't ask for it, but I wouldn't put you through that.
Okay. But the other thing I was going to say was on the wall there, you've got a poster from the Smoke Feathers gig at the Luminaire.
Yeah.
Which
the Luminaire in Kilburn. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one of the great lost venues, and they used to run it up there, and we've got several friends that were involved in that. I mean, that's a perfect example of the kind of space you were singing about there. I mean, how they managed to keep it going and why it kept going was just sheer weight of will, frankly.
But it was a life-changing venue for so many people.
People
were
will
involved
always,
in it, weren't they?
people
Because
always talk about it.
You always find that you sort of say to people, you know, well, what's your grassroots music venue story? And they go, oh, I did this at the Luminaire.
And also, like all those places, but like Luminaire in particular, just great atmosphere, you know, and a lot of those kind of size venues that just have they've got atmosphere, you know, they're just such like their community spaces. There's like always some kind of regular kind of family there, and it's that's Luminaire's one of those places and sorely missed. Yeah.
That's right. Do you have another song for us? Preferably one that doesn't reduce us to tears, Matt, but you know.
I'm gonna do. So I've just done a solo record in the last year or so, which is kind of basically very stripped back and acoustic, and I've recorded that with an old friend of mine from university, who's a guy you might know called Elevenses Taylor from Hot Chip. And we were in a band together at uni, and then sort of had a few years of not seeing, like about 15 years of not seeing each other, and got back in touch through a mutual friend of Cirrus, who was in Smoke Feathers, and just went for a drink one night and agreed to do a record together, which was great. We did that while he was able to do it. He produced it for me, and it's got it somewhere. Which is here. There, which have just got printed up my CDs, so that's out soon. I'm going to do a song from there called "Calling of the Blue."
And if people want to get, I mean, the Smoke Feathers record I know is on. Some of your other stuff is on Spotify, but Bandcamp is a good place to buy your stuff, isn't it? Because you just have that contact with people as well. But that is now up on Bandcamp at the moment, and it'll be on the rest of the platforms very soon. Okay, well, I'll put that link across the bottom of the screen as well. So it's MatthewFalloon.bandcamp.com. So definitely check that out. We'll leave you to play another song.
Great, thank you. Yeah, so this is "Calling of the Blue."
He's asking her to stay, to see the winter through. The spring sky, its colors will illuminate your mind. Behold the calling of calling of the blue, calling of the blue. The spring sky, its colors will illuminate your mind. Behold the calling of the blue. She dives into her heart, says, "Lover, I'll try to stay, but my soul is so restless for those waves. Behold the calling of the blue, the calling of the blue, the calling of the blue. But my soul is so restless for those waves. Behold the calling of the blue. And as sure as the springtime, gone before it came. It broke her heart to leave him. They never were the same. Calling of the blue, calling of the blue. There is no answer to the question that defines you. Behold, the calling of the blue.
Music is so beautiful, Matt. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that one didn't make me cry, so
We're ahead by one song.
Let me try another one.
no, because I've got a whole day of work to do, and red lights are not going to help. But it was really lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely excellent this morning, Matt. I mean, I can't. I mean, I genuinely, I say it is one of the albums that I play most often in the office, and nearly everybody I ever play that the Smoke Feathers albums to. People say to me, "Who's that?" You know, I think you know at the time that I was always puzzled why it wasn't a massive Radio 2 hit. But the stuff you got coming out now is equally high quality, and you know, it'd be great if there's a new Smoke Feathers record. But listen, thanks so much for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it.
Well, thanks so much for having me. I loved it. Great to see you as well. And yeah, stay safe.
Yeah, and you, mate. And hopefully we'll meet again sometime soon. As I keep saying, hopefully not like this. Hopefully, we can run around Tunbridge Wells touching each other. That doesn't sound weird, does it?
That sounds quite weird. I'm going to try a different one. After this is finished and there's gigging, if Smoke Feathers go on tour, please let me know.
Yeah.
Because I'd really like to come see you live.
Yeah, we'll be doing.
I'll bring my tissues.
Yeah.
Okay, mate. Lovely to see you.
Nice to see you, Matt. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that was a highly emotional Elevenses. I think we've made it through.
Deep breaths.
Deep breaths.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a funny one, isn't it? Because we sort of say, oh, we do these to relax and cheer you up. And of course, an awful lot of the content of these is quite emotional.
Yeah. And well, I think that one particularly, I think just it speaks to why we're all sat here trying to do stuff, to be honest. You know, that's it.
But I mean, actually, these things are just about doing something that's more about friends sharing things. And obviously that's what music's for. So thank you for joining us.
We made it all the way through that thing with not one person commented on my Ogden's Nut Gone Flake t-shirt, which I'm quite disappointed about. Get your act together, you lot. You critiques of my shirt because I don't look enough like Mel C for like a whole week. Nothing at all about an Ogden's Nut Gone Flake t-shirt. What's the matter with you guys?
But that just shows that you can't actually
direct. You can't predict what crazy people on the internet that watch this will do next. Right, next meeting.
Lovely to see you all, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Have a great day. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.